I was raised on the south side of Chicago in the 70s, and it just directed my life the wrong way. I got into gangs at the age of 12, got involved in drug sales, extortion, bank robberies. Probably was in those gangs 25 years. My son followed my footsteps and had got his life lost. I was in prison in Wisconsin, so I made a decision that when I got out, that I was going to get out of the gangs. And at that point, I had gained a high rank, so it was kind of complicated. So they wanted to kill me. They actually wanted to kill me. I had a lot of resentment, just things I wouldn't forgive myself for. And that just started eating at me, and I just fell into substance abuse of all kinds. I always had an allergy issue that was due to substance abuse. So I was always taking these allergy pills. Brought some allergy pills called Mucinex, and I took them within a 24-hour period that I had took some allergy pills earlier, and unbeknown to me, created an allergic reaction inside of me called Stephen Johnson's. I had crawled to my bedroom. My stepsister lives here in town, came over. She immediately called the ambulance. My skin was actually melting off of me. Kept me in an induced coma. At one point they wanted to pull the plug. Kind of a double story because I didn't know my mother. And one of the nurses at the hospital found my mother and called her and asked her, did she want them to pull the plug? And she said, no, do whatever you can to save him. And I'm still here today. After I had got burnt, it had changed my appearance. 60% of my body was burned, disfigured. It burnt my eyes. I had 7 eye operations. In that, I had got terribly depressed and broken. So I got the idea of wanting to do the same pills combined with a bunch of drugs to take my life. I actually took the pills, throwed them all up. The same instant that I took them, it didn't work. I seen on the sign, free meal Wednesday night, so I went up there. As soon as I walked in that church to get that meal, it was an older lady sitting at a table, and she called me to her immediately, and I went to her, and I sat down and I started talking to her, and she was questioning me, and I was just totally honest about who I was. Told her I was into drugs, I was highly depressed. I seriously wish that I had money and drugs to try to commit suicide tonight. And she was telling me it was going to be okay. It wasn't until I actually came to the rescue mission and got involved in a Bible study. And it made me notice the people here. Staff, I started watching, and I just seen a joy. I said, wow, if I can get that for me, that might be what I need. Part of me was still, I don't know, I want to be out in the world, because I guess I still had that same attitude. And I remember a staff member here telling me that I would have to change that frame of mind. And I just remember looking at him and telling him, well, that is the craziest thing that I've ever heard. You want me to do what? But it was the greatest choice that I made. If it wasn't for the rescue mission, the path and the course that I was on, I'm just going to say doom. There wouldn't be that person to tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hey, you need to straighten this up. But it changed the course of my life. Once you get God in your life and you get centered, you have a faith and a hope. It's like a fire that just can't be snuffed out. I'm not saying that everything's going to be all great. There's still painful things that you can struggle with, but you have a confidence that you're going to get through them. Just for example, I was playing chess with another member here. I was totally had lost the game, and it was nothing left but my king. And I insisted that he checkmate me. I mean, and I'm walking the king around, and he was like, "Are you kidding me? You don't have anything to fight with." And I was like, "Well, I'm still standing though." It's like that. It's just a confidence. The donors and the volunteers are the ones that had the greatest effect on me. It's just a blessing beyond the things that they do and give you. I went from gangbanging, dealing with drugs. I really thought that I would die doing that. I have no desire to do any of those things. I like to say that I am a 100% fully recovered man of God now.